People often wonder why their relationship is not working. Some are under the belief that marriages are made in heaven. Well, like I've said once before, that's as far from the truth as can possibly be. Been counseling and coaching for ever so long now, and with the number of cases that I deal on relationships, I sometimes wonder whether I am a leadership business coach, image consultant, and into the other stuff that I do, or am I really just a relationship counselor? There's so many cases which are just falling by the roadside, and people wonder, what's wrong? What is it that I need to do? This is a complex situation, and every situation is so different. Just to give you a little bit of statistics on the subject, and this is global, around 40% globally divorces are taking place. 60% of relationships where it's a live-in relationships, they fall by the wayside. More and more people today are choosing not to get married. And one has to stop to think, what is it? Are relationships bad? What is it that I need to do? You'll be surprised to know that the stress that we face in relationships is killing a lot more people than, say, obesity or not working out. This further has impact on the mental health of kids. You will find at least 15 to 20% of the kids, behavioral changes and patterns change because of the fact that their parents, their families are undergoing serious internal turmoil. And one needs to look at it squarely. That what do we need to do? What is it that is causing these hurdles? And honestly, when you come to think about it, this could be small issues yet seen as big issues. For example, one of the partners is suffering from OCD. It's like, I'm particular about things. Or you're deciding about setting up a house, or maybe you're planning your first child. There are different kinds of thoughts, emotions, feelings that cross your mind. They could be job pressures. Why am I getting this, not getting this promotion? When I get this promotion, do I have to spend more time out of the house? How is that going to impact the family? The problem with us is we don't look at these issues squarely, and we tend to start building all this makeshift remedies around us. Like they say, that if you want to make any relationship work, you got to start building your good, strong fences around this relationship to protect it, rather than just having an ambulance waiting when you get a heart attack or something, or you're being beaten up to take you to the hospital. And I want to touch upon these fences that you need to work on in order to, in a large way, make your relationships work. It brings me to an interesting story. In one of the coaching sessions that I was doing, I was invited to a couple's house. And let's call that couple Chris and Seth, all right? They seemingly were, everything was all right, everything was going well. You know, we got onto the table, we ate our lunch, delicious food, and Chris was saying that he was planning to start a project of some kind. So during the time of having our dessert, I kind of asked Seth, his wife, that what you think about this project. And she just kind of said, how the hell should I know? I don't even know the full name of this project. I don't even have his business email address. I don't even have his mobile number. How would I ever know anything about this business project? My friends, when the wallpaper starts coming off the wall and the cracks are visible, that's where you start finding the need to internalize and to research and to find out what's going wrong. Now, having had a meal with Chris and Seth, I realized that Seth loved spicy food, but the heat she was facing in her marriage was far, far greater than the spice. Fortunately, I took upon this challenge and said, I'm going to ratify this, and got talking to them. As life will have it, Chris and Seth are die-hard lovers, companions, can't spend a moment apart. They literally eat out of each other's hands here. But how did that all transform? What actually happened in their lives? And there are a few things, like I said, the fences that you need to build are, the first thing that you would say is, you need to be curious rather than being critical. Had she been curious about what is he doing, why is he doing this, what is the purpose behind this, rather than being absolutely critical and hitting him on it. You know, there's small things like when you get married, the toilet seat is not lifted up, is not put in its place. A housekeeping, you know, one likes the house nice and clean, the other is not very particular. We all, my friends, are completely wired and different. And we need to be able to understand that and play to the strength of each person. So we need to be curious and not critical about the individual. The next fence or pointer that I would like to mention here is, be careful, not crushing. You need to be careful of how you deal with situations, how you handle, how you talk to people, how you deal with any conflict situations. Maybe you need to set some ground rules. Very simple ground rules. Fights, disagreements happen in life. But just because we've had a fight, it doesn't mean to say that we stop talking to each other for a few days. Or we threaten that we're going to walk out of the house and we're going to give you a divorce. Right? So you set those parameters within your marriage. And don't crush each other down with all this kind of pressures and your own arrogance and egos. Be careful about what you do. The next part of it is that we need to ask and not assume. Like I always say, When you assume, it makes an ass of you and me. Ask questions. Get under the skin of the person. Don't assume that because he or she is doing this, this is what the thing is happening. We all have a different perspective of life. We've got to appreciate that. And these perspectives can be cleared only when we ask questions to each other. Which brings me to, maybe I'll say the last point here. There are a lot more, but I'll say the last point is that we need to connect with each other rather than start correcting each other. Connect, communication, talk, share, find time for each other. How was your day today? What did you do? What did you plan to do? Right? If you go into a relationship saying, I know it, you will get nowhere. Trust me, you will get nowhere. Go with an open mind, I don't know anything. Ask questions, get to know each other. Ask her. Chris is asking Sev, what do you do in life? What is this? What is that? Whatever the case be. They share complete information. And that basically, my friends, stems from having love, trust, and complete taking ownership of this relationship. It's very simple. So even if you take these 4 simple fences or pointers that I say, I can guarantee you you're 90% home towards a successful relationship. Till next time, my friends, stay well and God bless.